It's Ash from Super Videos back for another live Q&A following an episode of The Walking Dead. This is a Q&A following Season 6, Episode 13 of Fear the Walking Dead, which was called JD. This was a pretty big episode in many ways. No big deaths or anything, obviously, but it was definitely one of those kind of huge episodes because it opened the door to so many things that we might see in the future. Before we get into any of that though, spoiler alert for those of you who have not watched the episode, we're gonna dive into spoilers. I'm not gonna do like a review or anything because I already talked about my thoughts and opinions on this episode in my reaction and also in other videos that I did. So we won't be doing like a review, but I'm sure a lot of the questions, to answer the questions, I'll have to dive deep into spoilers from this episode. Animated Alex is on the chat, says hello. How are you? Glad you could join. Your question: do you think Althea will cross over to the movies? It seems pretty likely that will happen. Here's the thing. With Althea, there's a possibility. There's two ways it could go. She could either cross over to the movies or to World Beyond, because if you think about it, both of those have the CRM at the center, and Althea's story is in a way intertwined with that. So I think that it could go down both ways. I think it's more likely that she will show up in World Beyond first and then make her way to the movies, but I could also see it so that, or such that she crosses right into the movies after Fear. I do think she will cross over though. There's been multiple hints, and at this point it just, that seems like the direction they're going with it. But the question is whether it'll be World Beyond first and then the movie, or whether it'll be directly to the movie. I just noticed my lens is like really not good, so just cleaning it up just in case you guys can't really see clearly. Anyway, there was like a fingerprint on it. Anyway, next question from Animated Alex. Can we say how Beast Morgan is? Homie took down 5 dudes. Yeah, in the previous episode, right? In Dreams, 612. Yeah, I mean, we've seen more badass stuff from Morgan though. That wasn't the most badass we've seen Morgan, but it was definitely top 10 for sure. Top 10 most badass Morgan moments. But to say that it was the most beast mode we've seen Morgan, that I don't think that's accurate. We've seen Morgan in more beast modes than that. I did want to also talk about something that I posted on the channel, the community section of the channel. So we'll run through that quick and then we'll jump into the questions. So in the next few weeks, you might see delays in the schedule. The reactions may actually be delayed a lot more than the regular uploads like that we have for The Walking Dead. I'm going to try not to delay those, but the reason for these delays for the next few weeks is that I'm going to be moving to a new place. So there's a lot of kind of things that are coming up that's going to stop me from being able to put these videos out on the schedule. So because of that, we won't be having we won't have a schedule for the next few weeks because I just don't know when I'll be able to post. I'll try my best to post on the schedule that we had last month, but it might not happen. I'll try to have the Fear the Walking Dead schedule and Walking Dead stay the same. Like if there's anything that requires like a video, I'll try to make that before people, stop caring about the topic. But again, it'll be delayed. Like there's going to be a little bit of a delay for the next few weeks, probably all the way to mid-June or to the end of June. But bear with me. After that, we should be right back into the regular schedule that we have with daily uploads and weekly reactions and all of that. Leonardo Espinoza. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Do you think there will be a war set up between Commonwealth and other communities against the CRM? I think it's extremely likely that's the end goal, but where that's going to happen remains to be seen. It could happen in season 11. I doubt it. I think they might tease at it, but they're not actually going to give us that war like you're mentioning in season 11 or at the end of season 11. If anything, they might start up that conflict, but the majority of the war and the conflict will probably be in the movies. Yes, I absolutely think there will be something. Why else would they bring up these two huge organizations to the front of the stories if there isn't going to be any sort of huge conflict? So there has to be. The big question is whether it'll be in the next season of Walking Dead or in the movies. And at this point, I'm leaning more towards them doing that in the movies. Animated Alex, imagine June killed John. John's dad, lol, just kidding. That would suck. I almost lost it when they quote unquote not killed, but when John Dory Sr. was shot, because I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They just brought a John Dory back into the story just to kill him. So for a split second, I was about to go off, but then we learned that he didn't actually, spoiler alert, he didn't actually die. Animated Alex, I think other characters should get more moments. Seeing Daryl and Carol get tiring sometimes. I absolutely agree with you. Especially going back to the bonus episodes that we had. I think, like, if you think about it, Daryl and Carol really got 2 bonus episodes. I think it would have made a lot more sense to give one of those episodes, not both, but one of them, to another character that we really want to see. For example, they could have dedicated one of those bonus episodes from season 10 to a character that's in the background, like Rosita, who wasn't in the background. She was a main character. Now she's in the background. Rosita, definitely one of them. The other character that I feel they should focus more on, and the bonus episodes were a great opportunity for them to do that, is what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? What was his name? It was his, I had it. The dude that, maybe, do we even know his name? Iron Mask dude. They kind of gave us a little bit, but for as much hype there was around the character, it seems like we should have gotten a bit more. Like maybe not a dedicated episode necessarily, but something. And also Maggie. I feel like they completely brushed over where Maggie's been. They could have dedicated an episode to kind of go through a little bit of it. Not maybe all of it, but a little bit of it. So I absolutely see where you're coming from, Animated Alex. Animated Alex, literally the only episode that mattered was Negan's backstory and the Robert Patrick episode. And the first episode. I feel like all of those episodes that we had, what was it, like 6 episodes, could have been condensed to maybe 4 episodes. And they didn't need to be bottled episodes. Like one could have been about the Robert Patrick Maze stuff, as well as Maggie's return, which was the first episode. Another episode could have been the Princess Eugene Ezekiel episode, but mixed in with that could have been some more stuff, like with Maggie's backstory, maybe something like that, where she's been. So they could have done something there. And then I think the Negan backstory definitely had to be a bottle episode on its own. They couldn't really mix that with anything. And it's not like it wasn't it's not like they didn't mix it with anything. They did still have some storyline from the current timeline, although small, but they did have a little bit. But I feel like that episode was done well in a way where It wasn't as bottled as it could have been. But I definitely think that these 6 episodes could have been reduced to 4 episodes, more mixed in. Like some of these could have been overlapping and mixed in together. Animated Alex, Alicia is the masked dude, and yeah, they overhyped him. Oh, Alicia, is that Alicia like from Fear, or is that the actual name? Anyway, yeah, overhyped him for sure because, like, not that I'm not saying that they didn't overhype him because he might have a big storyline coming up. They overhyped him for now. They could have had this overhype around this or hype around this character before season 11. They didn't need to do it right before the bonus episodes because that's where we thought we're gonna get the payoffs. We're not gonna get those payoffs, you know. So yeah, definitely agree. Animated Alex, in conclusion, these 6 episodes were pointless. LOL. Well, I wouldn't say pointless. There was a point around some parts, but definitely it was stretched out more than it needed to be. Arachophobia, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. You say kill Sherry this season or take her to the main show and make her kill Negan. Funny you say that. I did a video right on that like an hour or two ago. But yeah, I agree. She's getting a little annoying at this point on Fear. I didn't mind her character in The Walking Dead, but then surprising, any character they bring to Fear, they ruin their character. They did that to Morgan. They did that to Dwight. They did that to Sherry. So at this point, I agree they should either do something significant with her in Fear, like kill her. I don't know, not maybe kill her, but she was irritating me this episode for sure. But yeah, they need to do something with her. And I definitely think if they do plan on having a ultimate payoff between Negan, Dwight, and Sherry, someone's gotta cross over. Either Negan cross over to Fear or Dwight and Sherry cross back over to The Walking Dead, which I think it just doesn't really make sense because why would you bring them there and take them back? And also timeline-wise, it just wouldn't make sense because the timeline on Fear is just so much more behind than The Walking Dead. The other way around with Negan, they could do that through time jumps on Fear. So that's a little more kind of doable. Animated Alex, Alicia. Sorry, didn't know how to spell the name. I think there was something, like he had a name, but I just couldn't think of it. It was something, like it had that ending, SHA. I just don't know what his name was. It could be Alicia, like you said. Maybe not pronounced like Alicia, but yeah. Archophobia, she's annoying AF. Yeah, absolutely. Especially this episode. Animated Alex, do you think Dakota gets off too easily? Nobody really got mad at her for killing John. Yeah, I think so. I think they did the Charlie thing all over again. And as much as I wanted them to go to a direction where it's a little different because they actually do something about it, like the characters try to kill her or something, no, none of that happened. And at this point, it's like they just did the exact same thing and they're expecting fans to get over it and just accept that it is what it is. And I honestly think one of the biggest negatives that I have for this season of Fear, I have a few, but one of the biggest is what they did with John and the fact that it was just like the Charlie Nick thing and the fact that Dakota's like not buddy buddies, but she's part of the group. At least they did something where Morgan is like, we're not there yet to her in one of the episodes. At least they did that, and I thought that was good. But they need to do way more for that to make sense and for it to be genuine. Animated Alex, Elijah, that's his name, Elijah. Yes, Elijah. That is exactly his name. it came to me, but I forgot it. Like when I started talking about the character, like when I was gonna say what I was gonna say, the name was in my head, tip of my tongue, and then the more I talked, it just got out of my head, and I just couldn't grab the name. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, it is definitely Elijah. Jose Hernandez, will we get a trailer for season 11 in the end of May since they finished filming first half? I don't know if they finished filming. I think they were still like on the second episode or something, a few months into filming. So I don't know about that for a fact, but if they have finished, I would assume that we will get a trailer at some point in the near future. Obviously, it's going to air end of August, right? Like season 11 is going to come on. So between now and then, so I think during this time they have to drop something, and I think realistically June timeline, like mid-June to end of June, is gonna be when they're gonna drop something for season 11. They might drop teasers, like small teasers, and maybe promo posters, images, things like that. But the actual full-on trailer will probably come later on in June, something like that. That's just my gut feeling at this point. Blaze Gaming, they confirmed who Alicia's old friends are in the next episode, and it's not Madison. Yeah, I never thought it was going to be Madison in the first place, so I'm not surprised about that. But if you're referring to them being the survivors that were there at the stadium, what was their name? Vivian and Cole. I heard that too, but I don't think that was confirmed, unless I'm missing something. But that would be my first pick. Like, I think it's probably one of them. Although, that one shot that was in the trailer that I talked about, who I said might be Madison, because she's dressed like Madison, might actually be Riley, who's actually not a girl. But he does, like, you gotta be, or, like, when you look at that image that I have in the breakdown, you can't see the face, but the hair and everything looks like Madison. It actually looks like a female in the first place. But I think that could also be Riley. But yeah, the old friends that Alicia's going to meet or reunite with are probably Vivian and Cole or something like that. Who are the survivors from the stadium community that disappeared not with Madison, but just like Madison. And they were presumed dead. Kieran Spitry, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Do you think Madison returns? I hope she does. Not in season 6. If she does, it'll be in season 7. They might tease at her being alive in season 6, like in this next episode even. But I don't think she'll actually make a comeback return in the episode. If she does, it will be a scene they've already shot before, and they might just like show a little bit of a clip with her, but it won't be new material that new things that they shot with her. Like, she won't be in the current storyline or anything like that. It might be like a flashback, and it might be things that were already filmed. Blaze Gaming, because they had uploaded in the making of the next episode and it's showing who the friends are. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that yet. They might have released it just now after the episode, but yeah, I mean, I'll definitely check it out. Animated Alex, I like the Daniel and Charlie grandpa and granddaughter relationship. Yeah, I absolutely love that too, but with Danny, I'm disappointed that they turned a badass character like Danny into a character that doesn't do much. So I hope we see the old Danny back soon. Arcophobia. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. I feel like I'm pronouncing it right or wrong. Anyway, This will help in pronouncing. Or, okay, yeah, you actually put that pronunciation. Awesome. Let me see. Let me actually take a look here. Arachnophobia. 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 Did I get that? Arachnophobia. Kieran says, oh wait, I know who is the old friends that Alicia knew. Remember Walker, the one that killed Travis? Yeah, I know Walker. I predicted that it could be him, but I don't know if it's confirmed. Like, was he in the behind the scenes or something? I'll have to check it out. Animated Alex, do you think the end of the beginning group works with the CRM? Initially I did, but now I'm starting to think more and more that they are not linked, but their storylines might overlap in a way. Not overlap, but their storylines might align, however you want to think about it. Like, CRM probably knows about the end of the beginning group, because as large as they are, they probably know most communities, most major communities out there. But I don't think End is the Beginning group necessarily knows about them. I think the maps that Althea found, Wes and Althea found, they were probably just found by one of the survivors there, probably Wes's brother. Derek was his name, but I don't think that it was in like they I don't think they're working with each other at this point. Animated Alex, what crossover character would you want to see? Want to see meet? Oh, what crossover character would you want to see meet? Like in Fear? You mean like which one? Who do I want to see meet each other in Fear? Or are you saying who do I want to cross over next? Honestly, I'm against crossovers at this point. Initially I was like whatever, but we've seen 3 already. None of them have really worked that well. So at this point I'm just over with crossovers. I don't want to see any more. Animated Alex, Madison is dead, guys, get over it. I mean, that could that's definitely a possibility. At this point I'm 50-50. Part of me thinks that she's definitely dead, but part of me is like, maybe they might want to bring her back. Not that she's coming back, they might want to bring her back. Blaze Gaming, yes, it's Cole. Okay, the old friends. Alright. Nice. I mean, not to take credit for that myself. People actually brought that up in my breakdown that I did for the next episode. And then I did some digging after reading the comments. So that's how I know about Vivian and Cole. So initially I had no idea who they were. Kieran says Madison isn't dead. Yeah, there's there's definitely a split in the fandom when it comes to Madison being alive or dead. Kieran says Madison was killed off screen. We didn't see her die. Absolutely, and that's the thing. Every time that happens, that they either will bring them back or they have to confirm one way or another. You know, soon or not soon, but they have to confirm it at some point. Because if they don't, fans are gonna keep asking and wanting the answers. There's a few comments back and forth between Kieran and Animated Alex. Let me see what the next question for me is. Animated Alex, Daniel got possible dementia, kind of makes his character look weak. Well, it's not the having dementia that makes his character weak. He came across as a weak character to me even before that. Like, the character that we used to know, the Danny that we used to know, was not the same Danny that we saw in early season 6 of Fear. It just wasn't. In even 5 and 4, or yeah, 5 and 4, it wasn't, you know? Kieran, no one has confirmed that Madison was dead. It was off screen. We didn't show what happened. She just left the show and she just came back someday. Animated Alex, I like that CRM's motives is like Rick's belief about a better future and but more corrupted and twisted. Yeah, and I'm sure that's gonna be what they use to try to get Rick on board. If he ends up not being like just a regular civilian in the CR, and I'm assuming that he won't be, because why would they bring someone in like Rick if he's not gonna be an asset to them? Every person they bring in has to have something that they can bring to the table. So yeah. What I was going to say is that's going to be what they use to get Rick on board with their master plan. I feel like I missed a question. Anyway, I think I missed something, but if I did, let me know. Arachnophobia. Did I get that right this time? Dude, you got the name right. Perfect. Arachnophobia. I messed it up again. Arachnophobia. What is that? Like, I'm pretty sure it's a phobia, but what is it? Like, what phobia is that? Is that phobia of spiders? Is that what it is? We've been going for like a solid maybe 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes, something like that. So we'll go for another maybe 10, 15 minutes of rapid fire Q&A, and that'll be where we end this particular stream. Animated Alex, a fear of spiders. Yeah, I had a feeling it was that. Animated Alex, I hope Rick and Morgan stay in touch through the radios. I hope so too. I hope that those two characters reunite at some point. That's one of the reunions I want to see, honestly. The other big one is Michonne and Rick. Kieran, Animated Alex, it was confirmed that her character's alive. Otherwise, no one would say of her returning. They've left it open. They've definitely said that because we didn't see her die, she could be alive, but they didn't say she's alive or dead. Like she didn't, or they didn't confirm one way or another, but they were open-ended with it. Animated Alex, Yoash, I thought you passed out for a sec. Oh no, I was just reading something on my phone. I'll move the camera back so you guys can actually see a bit more. Yeah, so 10 more, 15, let's do 15. 15 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A, and then we'll end the stream. I am curious though, let me check something here real quick. I'm just going to Walking Dead, what do you call it? Oh, they did release another teaser. That's interesting. To the Walking Dead's YouTube page. So they have a sneak peek, and they have a teaser, but it looks like it's a different teaser than the one that they had at the end of the trailer that I saw, or the episode I saw. Yeah, it's a different one. I'll have to check it out. Oh, it looks like we will see. I'm just checking out the teaser that they have. Looks like they will have a flashback with Teddy when he was imprisoned. That's interesting. What's with Dakota? Whoa. Why is Dakota with Teddy? That's interesting. Oh, that person that we signed the... No, it couldn't have been. Because they have blonde hair, but Dakota has brown hair. Or maybe it could be her, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'll have to check out this teaser that they released and the sneak peek. Looks like there's some interesting stuff in there. Animated Alex, what if Negan dies? Then Negan fans will riot. Ayush Sharma, hey dude, hey, are you glad you could join? Opening minutes are out for the upcoming episode. Yeah, I did see there's a sneak peek. I'll have to do my breakdown probably tomorrow. That'll come out. Or maybe later, depending on if I'll have time to do it. I'll try to do the breakdowns tomorrow for the sneak peek and the other teaser that they had. Animated Alex, Teddy is actually an interesting character. He has his way of making people follow him in some way, right? He's been doing that before the apocalypse, he's doing that after. So he's good with words. We can say that for sure. Alright, so we are... Let me see what we're actually at. How long have we been going here? Okay, we've been going for a good 37 minutes or so. Yeah, like 10 more minutes left, and then we'll call it a day, or a night. Actually, call it a night. Although it's still, the sun is still out, but we'll call it a night. Animated Alex, I'm gonna go early. See ya, Ash. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this stream. hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. And yeah, we'll go for another maybe 10 minutes and we'll call it a night with this stream. So we're near the end of the stream anyway. Unless people have questions that they're going to bring up. I'll probably stick around for the next 10 minutes, but if there's no questions, we might end early. Jose Hernandez, did you see the in production video of season 11 with Negan, Daryl, and Maggie? No, I did not see that. I saw one with the Commonwealth stuff, but that was it. Did they release another one? Let me check. Yeah, I do see another one. An hour ago. Let me check this out. I don't want to have the audio too loud because it'll be copyrighted, but we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, so we see Maggie, Negan, Daryl. Ooh, what was that? They're filming in, what is that? They are filming in some sort of an underground tunnel thing. Oh, that match or that aligns with the image of Daryl in the tunnels that we got. But there isn't too much there. Like, you have Carol, Daryl. I don't know if that's Carol, but we have Daryl, Maggie, Negan. So yeah, it's interesting, but nothing to break down. Nothing to really break down for that one. If there's anything I missed, let me know. It doesn't look like there's anything to break down for that. Kieran, by the way, it's Cole who's the one that's returned. I think that's Walker's friend. That's Walker's friend. Jose, I did see it. Oh, that you were talking about the production thing. Yeah, I mean, I talked about that. It could be Cole. So if it's confirmed, then that's pretty awesome. We were right on the money. Not me particularly, but the people that commented in the last video. Alright, so we'll go for another 5 minutes and then we'll call it a stream because the questions are dying down a little bit here. Ayush Sharma, it's a behind the scenes clip. Yeah, I saw it. There was another one with Princess and Eugene and Yumiko and Ezekiel with Commonwealth stuff. There was something interesting in that and I did a video on that, but this one I haven't checked because obviously they released it an hour ago. It was probably around the time when we were going to go live, or when we went live. But it didn't look like there was a lot there to break down or anything. Kieran, I've seen the trailer for season 6 episode 14 and it's Cole who's returned. Yeah, they did another teaser. They released another teaser. I'll break that down. If he's in that, then yeah, I'll definitely point it out. Let me see something here real quick. Alright, looks like the questions died down here, so that'll be the end of the stream, and I see people are dropping as well, so that's probably going to be the end of the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new and haven't subscribed and enjoy the content, subscribe to join our community, and also don't forget to join us next Sunday night as well, following 6:14. I have a feeling that episode is going to be a sort of big episode as well. At least it might give us some answers, let's just say that. So make sure to join us right after the episode airs. We'll have this stream just like tonight, and we'll go from there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's one last comment from Ayush Sharma. I'll read that, and that'll be the end of the stream. Ayush Sharma, by the way, it's super weird that YouTube disabled the super chat from my side, but not showing it here. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't see it either. Or is it? Wait. I don't know if I usually do see it or not, but I just see the emojis here. And that's just for sending. Yeah, I don't remember how it looked like before, but that's weird, yeah. There's definitely a lot of weird stuff that's changing in the background on YouTube, so it is what it is. We have to deal with what we have. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks everyone for joining and supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Hope to catch you